"You have skin cancer," the doctor said to me, and suddenly all those hours I had spent in the sun had returned for payback. The purpose of my speech is to urge you to be cautious about spending time in the sun and to be informed of the consequences when you do. The reason that we should care about this is because when we allow our skin to be damaged by the sun, it cannot be healed, and it also raises our risk of getting skin cancer. Since being diagnosed myself with skin cancer more than 20 years ago, I've gained a lot of knowledge and had many experiences dealing with it. So now I would like to talk to you about just some of the problems associated with too much sun and suggest some solutions. But first, let's talk about the problems. Skin is the largest organ in our body, and one of its main functions is to serve as a barrier between our inside world and the outside world. So when we allow our skin to be damaged by the sun, it compromises our immune system and our health. Skin cancer is the #1 cancer in the United States, and the main cause for skin cancer is exposure to ultraviolet radiation, which comes from the sun, and it comes from tanning beds. Don't ever let anyone tell you that tanning beds are safe, because they are not. And when we do get skin cancers, they can develop into melanomas, which can spread to other parts of your body and even lead to death. Sun also damages the elastic fibers in our skin. And when that happens, it allows our skin to sag and stretch and wrinkle, and you look a lot older than you really are. Now that I've told you some of the problems, I would like to suggest some of the solutions. First of all, try to avoid going outside between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. because that's when the sun's rays are the strongest. And you should be aware that there's also ultraviolet radiation, even on cloudy days and even during the winter time. When you do go outside, always wear a sunscreen, and it needs to be a sun protection factor, SPF, of at least 30. And make sure it says broad spectrum on the package. Also, read the package to find out how much you should apply, because it should be applied liberally, and you need to check and make sure that the expiration date on the package has not expired. And you should also apply it at least 20 minutes before you go outside to give it time to activate on your skin. You need to wear a hat if you can, because many melanomas develop on your scalp. And the reason is we can't see up there like you can see on your nose or your arm or something. So they develop and become serious and we don't even know it. And it's also important to try to wear clothing that has a tight weave. You know, a t-shirt has a SPF factor of about 4, while a denim shirt has an SPF factor of about 50. So you can get a lot of natural built-in protection if you wear the right kind of clothes. You need to be aware that water, sand, and snow reflect ultraviolet radiation back up on you. So when you're in those environments, you're getting even more radiation. So be extra cautious there. Also know that ultraviolet light travels through glass, and you need to also provide protection to your eyes, because ultraviolet radiation can damage your eyes and lead to cataracts. The purpose of my speech today was to urge you to be cautious about spending time in the sun and to know the consequences. I've presented some of the problems associated with compromising your immune system, raising the risk of skin cancer, and making you look older than you really are. And I've suggested some solutions. We should all learn from the mistakes that we make in our life. But guess what? We're just not going to live long enough to make all our mistakes ourselves. So we need to learn from other people's mistakes. And I urge you to learn from the mistake that I made when I was young and I abused my skin in the sun. I wouldn't want anyone to go through the surgeries, the physical discomforts, and the anxiety I've suffered through the years because of skin cancer. And now when I go outside, this is how I have to dress. Thank you.